Wait. Did you see what just happened? That was terrible. Hi. I am Harry. I will explain to you what happened here. To understand this scene better, we'll go back and get our basics clear first. This is an unmanned aerial vehicle which is commonly known as a drone. Drones are a component of an unmanned aircraft system, which include a drone, a ground-based controller, and a system of communications between the two. Now let's have a look at different types of drones. Drones are used for a variety of purposes. Some of them are surveillance purpose. Long-range surveillance drones are intended for conducting photographic and signals intelligence to a distance of 3,200 kilometers. In 2013, the United States Navy launched a UAV from a submerged submarine, the first step to providing mission intelligence to the United States Navy's submarine force. Civil uses include aerial crop surveys, aerial photography, search and rescue, inspection of power lines, convoy protection and many more. Drones are also used by big corporations to deliver products across different locations. This purpose is the most dreaded use of the drones. Many military organizations use drones to conduct targeted attacks on specific targets. Predator drones armed with Hellfire missiles have been used by the United States as platforms for hitting ground targets. Having said that, let's talk about the legality of the attacks carried out by the drones. Possibly, one can say that a drone attack violates either the UN Charter of the International Humanitarian Law or the national law which is in force. Under the UN Charter, states agree to settle their international disputes in a peaceful manner, and refrain in their international relations from the threat or use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state. This is generally viewed as a blanket prohibition on the use of force by one state inside the borders of another sovereign state. Chapter 7 of the UN Charter outlines just two exceptions to this prohibition. First, if the Security Council identifies any threat to the peace, breach of the peace, or act of aggression, it may take such action by air, sea, or land forces as may be necessary. The second exception relates to self-defense. In Article 51 the Charter says, "Nothing in the present Charter shall impair the inherent right of individual or collective self-defense if an armed attack occurs against a member of the United Nations, until the Security Council has taken the measures necessary to maintain international peace and security." As a matter of fact, USA has used the provision of self-defense to attack Pakistan numerous times by the use of drones. Here are the statistics of drone attack done in Pakistan by the USA. Now, let's see the humanitarian law perspective. Drones are not specifically mentioned in weapon treaties or other legal instruments of international humanitarian law. However, the use of any weapon system, including armed drones, in armed conflict situations is clearly subject to the rules of IHL. When using drones, Parties to a conflict must always distinguish between combatants and civilians and between military objectives and civilian objects. They must take all feasible precautions in order to spare the civilian population and infrastructure, and they must suspend or cancel an attack if the expected incidental harm or damage to civilians or civilian objects would be excessive in relation to the direct military advantage anticipated. Similarly, drones can in no way be used to carry prohibited weapons such as chemical or biological agents. Talking about the drone attacks at peacetime, if drones are used in situations where there is no armed conflict, it is the relevant and international human rights law with its standards on law enforcement that apply. That will be all for today. Thank you for watching this video.